2 6-game losing streaks broken up by 1 win. The Tigers have been the worst team in baseball over the last 2 weeks. They are 1-12 over their last 13 games. And if they don't get a bat at the deadline, I am going to flip out.
Yeah, I agree. I said last week a 6-0 or 0-6 in their last 6 games is not time for panic, but now
they win one and then they go on another 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, I think now I still don't think it's time to panic. We're still way ahead in our division, but thank God the other team, the Guardians, are doing so poorly right now. But
and everyone else, everyone's under 500.
I do think we'll bounce back from this, but Tarek Skubal was on the mound tonight.
Pitched amazing. Bullpen gives up 6 runs.
Yeah, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 0 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. And he's
ridiculous.
Yeah, his ERA is 2.09 for the season, which is minuscule with this healthy barrage of hitters we've got in the American League right now, with Cal Raleigh with 40, all the home runs that they're just bombing out of the parks. To have a pitcher that is that dominant is just friggin' incredible. But to see our bullpen's epic collapse, it's disheartening, to say the least.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of the problems of old, if you will.
Yeah, it sure is. I'm still optimistic we can turn it around, but something has to give. Skubal can't save the entire team. He only pitches every 5th game, and he's not. You can't do one win every.
It can't be just one person.
You can't do one win a week. Yeah. So something's got to give, and I think it will. I think we're going to break this streak up and go on a winning streak, but they got to get hot again. And
they need a bat.
Yeah.
They need a bat.
We got to stop the blood. We got to stop the bleeding right now first.
There's only been one good hitter on the team in this stretch, and I can't remember who it is, and I don't really give a shit to look because I'm just very disillusioned with this team and the, I would say, lack of urgency in the management.
Yeah, we still haven't got a trade.
They haven't even attempted a trade. They signed a free agent that has almost a 5 ERA, and literally just because he dominated this shit Tigers team. Like, why are we making decisions like this? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the trade deadline looming very, very close. The 31st, it's done. They can't. If they're going to make a move, they need to hurry up. Other than claiming guys on waivers, they need to make a move. They're waiting too long, I think. So, yeah, I'm just as frustrated now as I think the people I were telling not to be frustrated last week. So, something's got to give.
So you're saying you were wrong?
No. I was saying be patient and wait.
No.
I still think they're going to turn it around.
I don't. The management of the Tigers, specifically Scott Harris, has not made me feel confident. And the same talking points I've heard over and over and over again, and hearing them again, and like, oh, just stay with the process, just I don't care. They're not doing really anything.
They're not the Moneyball team.
Yeah, and they should be they have so much money, spend it, you cheap fuck.
Yeah, last season with that awesome playoff run we had the lowest payroll in baseball, and they pulled it off. They can have
some money.
They need to do whatever they can in their power to keep Skubal, because it's
$40 million a year. That's what he needs it.
They saved money last year. They should have it. Hell, I agree. I'm getting frustrated too with these guys, but I do think they can pull it out and still make the playoffs. But we gotta. I want them to have the best record. I want them to have the best record in baseball.
Even with them sucking this bad, they still are close in that.
Yeah, they were so good for so long, but again, there's still a lot of baseball left to be played. But you can't lose 6 games, win 1, lose 6 games. Tonight was just a horrible.
The Tigers need Kerry Carpenter
collapse.
Back is what they need.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
They're pretty terrible without him. And Kerry's been so good for this team. He gets the home run in the ALDS last year, and off of Class A, the best
Electrified it,
closer.
yeah.
You know, one of the best moments in over the last 10 years for the Tigers, especially. And yeah, I don't know. They've been thoroughly disappointing me, and I am not I'm not looking forward to anything that's coming in this trade deadline. Yankees also disappointed me with Ryan McMahon. I mean, I get the move, and it was like the second or third choice that I had for them, but the Yankees, that also doesn't make sense, not going for broke at a time like this. You need one. You were at the World Series, and then what messed you up was the defense. And third base is your biggest defensive hole. Why not plug it with a good bat and a good defensive guy like Suarez? But I mean, the asking price must be crazy because it seems like no one's really touching him.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes, but tomorrow's another day. Hopefully they can pull out a win somehow, somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, I just hope that they get a win. I mean, they just need to hit. That's it. The pitching is giving up not that much.
Yeah, they were shut out today
for the majority of the day until Scooble left, and then the bullpen gave.
No, I mean the Tigers got shut out.
Oh yeah, the Tigers
scored a single run. So yeah, just scoring something. Come on, for crying out loud! I want to see some hits and some runs on the board, and it's not happening. So they got to make something happen soon.
Yeah.
Welcome, sports fans, to Everything Sports with Bill and Will. And boy, do we got a lot to talk about today. There's a whole host of celebrity deaths that we got to get to. It's kind of been a tragic week for that, but and to keep up with the tragedy, the Tigers are on an just epic downward spiral. So we got to talk about that. We got Aaron Judge going on the injured list with a flexor strain. Got some MLB trades, of course, on some more happier side of sports. Terry Francona got his 2000th win as manager. We've got some NFL free agent signings. We've got JV finally got his first win. And we got the MLB Hall of Fame to talk about. There's a lot to talk about there. So let's get into it. All right, let's start things off with Nick Kurtz. He's a rookie for the Athletics, but he's having a heck of a season right now. Batting .305, 23 home runs, including 4 in one game yesterday, and he's only the 20th player in Major League history to do so.
And 6 for 6 as well.
6 for 6, and 19 total bases, which I believe tied another record.
Yeah. He kind of was insane.
73 hits, 23 home runs, batting .305, 45 runs scored. Only 2 stolen bases, but he's got 59 runs batted in. And, I mean, he's having one heck of a year. But that 6 for 6 in a game, arguably one of the best offensive games in history. I mean, it's hard to argue with 6 for 6. Hands down. That's amazing. Ohtani did what?
He did 6 for 6 as well.
He did 6 for 6 with 3 home runs and what?
3 home runs.
Like 5 stolen bases?
I think it was like 10 RBIs.
Yeah, that's up there for sure.
He had a couple of stolen bases. Well, I can't remember all of it.
Well, he's got more stolen. Ohtani had more stolen bases in that game than this kid's got all season. But again, he's doing it with his bat, not necessarily has to run for it, but still, Ohtani had a hell of a game last season, and this kid 6 for 6, 4 home runs. Just the fact that that's so historic is incredible.
Yeah, and it's the second time it's happened this year. Suarez from the Diamondbacks did it as well earlier this year. Former Tiger. Please, Tigers, get him back, please.
And just on a couple of housekeeping notes, since we talked about Verlander having 0 wins all season, he finally got his first win last week. He got his first win earlier this week. So he now has as many ejections from the game as he has wins. So he's 1-1 on that. 17 total games on the season, and he's 1-8 with 1 ejection. So, he's coming along. Yeah. And then in other news, Bryce Harper set a milestone with his 350th home run.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that is I saw a thing the other day. He's younger than Aaron
Yeah.
Judge.
Really?
Yeah, he's younger than Aaron Judge.
I thought I heard he was the youngest to hit that milestone, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was younger than Judge. Okay, correction. Bryce Harper is the youngest to achieve that, but Aaron Judge is the fastest by far to achieve it, beating Mark McGuire. So some good company there, but
Yeah.
yeah, Judge reached the milestone in 1,088 games, where McGuire took him 1,280. McGuire was plagued by injuries too in his career early on, but still 350 home runs. I mean, the guy's got very high caliber numbers already. I think he's a surefire Hall of Fame, but as we know with the Hall of Fame, nothing's ever sure, which we'll get into that later. But I'm already ticked at the baseball writers, which I
Why
think
is Ichiro not 100%?
Ichiro should have been 100%. Well, hell, yeah, we'll get into that. There's so much more. And we just talked a week or so ago about all the other players that reached the 350 milestone. Bryce is just the latest to do it. In other news, we've got Terry Francona recording his 2,000th win as a manager.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest managers of all time. Well, he first started with the Phillies in 1997 and then went to the Red Sox in 04. That was his first year with the Red Sox.
And that's really where I remember him from, is the Red Sox, and kind of became a household name. And then later on with the Indians, we got to hear, see him more and more because he was in our division.
Oh, he was there the first year that they were the Guardians, too, the first 2 years.
Oh, yeah, Guardians now. I keep forgetting they're not Indians anymore. But yeah, so he's right now 13th all-time in wins with 2004, and he's right behind Leo DeRocher with 2008. So,
yep. Currently with the Cincinnati Reds, they're 54-50. I mean, they've had a little bit of a shaky year, hoping to get a piece of the deadline. And yeah, I mean, just one of the best of all time.
Yeah, those numbers should climb a little bit, but he's up there in the top 20 of all time for sure. So as far as wins go, winning percentage, he's got a decent win percentage too. He's over 500.
He has 2004 wins right now. That's funny.
Yeah, and Connie Mack had 3,731 wins. He's first all time in wins, but he's also has 3,948 losses. Where were we?
I don't know.
You made my brain hurt.
Then you're not using it right. Terry Francona.
What about him?
That's where we're at.
Yeah, I think I'm done. He was good. He is good.
Yeah, he's one of the best. Sticking with baseball and switching over to some trades now. The Diamondbacks trade left-hander Braden Garcia and right-handed pitcher Ashton Izzy to the Seattle Mariners for first baseman Josh Naylor.
And the New York Yankees are acquiring third baseman Ryan McMahon in a trade with the Colorado Rockies.
I don't really think he's going to do much for the Yankees. I think they have their problems. I mean, he's going to make third base a really good defensive position, but they need a little bit more hitting. And they lost, foreshadowing to what we're going to talk about later, Aaron Judge, going on the IL, they needed something else. And I mean, they needed Suarez actually for third base, and they're getting a good defensive replacement, but I don't know how good he is going to be in let's say a playoff run for them, say a World Series run again even. They need that offense, and they don't really have it.
And yeah, and I guess it depends too on how long Judge is actually out for.
Yeah, they say right now that he's going to go on the 10-day IL. He's going to go on that, and then when he's going to come back, he said that he's going to DH in an interview with Yes earlier today after the game. And I mean, the Yankees are kind of sliding just like the Tigers, we talked about in the cold open.
Time will tell, but yeah, I think hopefully it's a relatively minor injury and he can rehab very quickly. However, it could have major implications on the season because this is not the time to go have a player go down to injury.
Yeah, and I mean, the Yankees have been struggling a lot this stretch. I mean, the Yankees have been particularly awful since June 13th. They're 14-23, and that's the second worst record in MLB during that span. Only better than the Nationals, who are 11-24. Judge has a flexor strain, and they said that he has no damage to his UCL, but he will go on the IL, as we said. I think it's time to call up Spencer Jones. He's the Aaron Judge clone that they made in a laboratory, and I think it's time. I mean, he hit 3 home runs in a game the other day, and he is just killing it in the minor leagues. He has a 400 average in the minors or in AAA this year specifically. He did not have a good average in AA. He had some good power numbers, but it's just kind of crazy going up a level and then improving so drastically in one area.
Well, too, I'm sure the coaching's improved. I mean, everything's improved. So and the longer you play, the more you play, the more at bats you see, the better you're going to get. So, especially I think it's time too to call him up. What could it hurt at this point? They lost one of their biggest home run threats.
I mean, the only reason not to is if they're going to trade him because they don't want to diminish his trade stock. So, I mean, but at that, why do you want to trade him? Like, I don't get that argument either. Like, he's good. We shouldn't trade him because if he's good, and if he's actually as good as he is in the majors as he's been in the minors,
even if he's close to it, if he's not might not be 100% like he was in the minors, because it's not totally the same caliber of
400
pitching,
average.
Still batting 400. That means should equate to let's say he can at least do 300. You would think in the majors, but again, different pitching up here. We got some incredible pitching, so when he gets here, we'll know and see if he can keep that going. If he can, you got a bad protecting Aaron Judge when he gets back in the lineup. And like we said last,
another one because they have 3 MVPs on the team. They can add another young kid, and they don't have to spend their entire farm system on him. That's like going to be a rental for a year. That's
exactly. And
it's perfect.
If you got backup for Aaron Judge, you have to pitch to him. I mean, just think about it. We could have another Triple Crown winner. He's already he's top 5 in home runs, RBIs, and batting average. Or actually, he is number 1 in batting average. I believe he's 1 or 2 RBIs as of yesterday, away from the league lead, and he's 2 home runs shy of the major league or the American League lead, and major league lead.
Yeah.
Well, Ohtani just hit his 38th right before we got on the air, so. He's 38. Cal Raleigh's 39 as of right now. This could all change by the end of the night. So, well, Judges won't, but still.
And speaking of the home run numbers, Schwarber is 4th with 36, tied with Suarez for 36. I mean, that's pretty much the best hitters in the game right now. And getting back on track with the trades that are happening, the New York Mets have acquired left-handed pitcher and former Detroit Tiger Gregory Soto in a deal that has not been fully disclosed yet. And wow, speaking of trades, we have breaking. Randall Grichuk was just informed he was traded to the Royals in the middle of the game. And all of his teammates came over and gave him hugs, gave him their farewell. And it's just a crazy thing. The Diamondbacks are completely selling. So hopefully the Tigers can get Suarez. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay. And switching to NFL news, the Raiders signed Jamal Adams. A good acquisition for them, and we'll see how that goes.
And sticking with the NFL, the Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu has announced his retirement from the NFL after 12 seasons. I mean, one of the greatest of all time, part of the Chiefs dynasty, part of the Saints, just had a great career, and one of the best of all time. And going to wrestling, Ric Flair, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time you can count both the WWE and WCW and what he did, was recently cured of cancer, specifically melanoma.
Woo! got to give a Ric Flair. Whoo, everybody knows, even football players. Anytime you mention Ric Flair, that's the first thing everybody says. So, whoo, for curing or for being cured of cancer, and I pray for a continued quick recovery for Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And speaking of WWF, we might as well jump to that topic, even though it's kind of on a sadder note. But sports entertainment and the whole world of professional wrestling in general lost an icon this past week.
First really big draw.
First massive draw who was mainstream, and Hulk Hogan. And for me personally, and your uncle, my brother.
Mine too. That was my favorite wrestler as a kid.
Well, growing up, and that was probably more because it was my favorite wrestler, and that was all. He headlined the first WrestleMania, or the first 9 WrestleManias. And
I watched all of them religiously.
Yeah, and he is, but WrestleMania 3 holds a special place in my heart too, because it was the match itself, the main event between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. The match might not be something, that's held as one of the greatest of all time, like Randy Savage versus Steamboat in that same WrestleMania, but it was in Pontiac Silverdome, set the world indoor attendance record right in Michigan. So for us, that's special.
Yeah,
Plus,
WWE posted the final seconds of that match where he slammed Andre, and it was really cool.
Well, just the fact that nobody thought that could ever be done, even though it had technically been done. No one thought Hogan was going to beat him.
People don't know that.
They pinned the Giant or they billed the Giant as being undefeated for 15 years. And, you never really seen, if he lost, it was a count out or something crazy. It was never a clean pin, at least in, recent WWE memory. But he dated back to WWF when Vince McMahon Sr. ran the company. But, and I know some people say it's not a sport, but there is there's athleticism in it.
I don't get it. How is it not a sport? It's like,
well, the scripted nature of it. It's more like a soap opera than a.
Well, then you can say that gymnastics not a sport because those are scripted routines. That's a stupid argument. All of these are sports.
Well, the outcome.
It takes incredible athleticism.
It does take incredible athleticism, but the outcome is scripted is the problem.
Who cares? Championships it's for entertainment. It's not actually.
It is entertainment, but
like a competition is for an entertainment sport.
Yeah, I get arguments on both sides of it. I mean, as a kid, I would have fought to the death on someone saying it was fake, but the outcome is definitely scripted. There's no doubt about it now. In fact, but still, the athleticism and what these guys bring and what they put their bodies through every day is, I mean, it's grueling.
Yeah,
Talk about
crazy.
A long season with baseball. These guys used to be, especially in Hogan's days, early days, they were on the road 300 days a year, if not more. Some only got, 30, 40, 50 days off a year total. They're working 6, sometimes multiple days, multiple shows, multiple arenas and towns in the same day or week. And it's just, but Hulk Hogan was also an actor. He was, he did a lot for charity. I know there's some stuff that come out against him that was negative, but there's no need to hash that here. The guy, he left a legacy, and I mean, hell, everywhere you look, the news channels talk about him. The Fox Sports or ESPN, they all posted stuff about his death and his passing. Madison Square Garden, where he was main event so many times, had a big sign out there mourning his passing. And I know for me growing up, he was my idol. I always thought one of these days I'd get a chance to meet the guy, but didn't happen. I know you got a picture of him that a cousin of ours or a cousin of yours took at a airport one day. So got that, but that's the closest we got to actually seeing him, other than on TV. But he was a legendary, and now 2-time Hall of Famer too in WWF or WWE, but also
it's WWF.
Yeah, to me, it's always WWF. They took the F out back in the day, and we're putting the F back in, I guess you could say. So,
well, they got sued for it, for those who don't know, because it was
World Wildlife
a
Federation
little thing right there, and they kind of,
I get it,
infringed on it.
But they were WWF forever, or for a number of years.
I get it. The law is the law.
Well, no, but the World Wildlife Federation, if you Google WWF nowadays, which they didn't really do so much back when when the lawsuit happened, internet was just becoming a thing. But if you Google WWF and World Wildlife Federation come up, I'm sure that just boosted their stock. The fact WWE or WWE, I'm sure probably didn't take a single dime from the World Wildlife Federation. So if they did, that'd be a reason to sue. The fact that they want, I think that's just a ridiculous lawsuit. But Vince always wanted to be entertainment anyway. And the fact that they were considered entertainment and not a sport meant that they didn't have to pay all those fees and fines to the Athletic Commission, who was ripping them off anyway, which the Athletic Commission was taking bribes. They were a joke anyway, according to all the, and this isn't my opinion, this is according to all the WWF stars that talk about it, which is really shady and ridiculous anyway. So I don't blame Vince. It probably saved him millions of dollars over the years.
Well, the
Which-
UFC was the same way about the Athletic Commission.
But anyway, Hulk Hogan's wasn't the only death. As we had, of course, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Well, Hulk died on the 24th. Ozzy was the 22nd of July. Malcolm Jamal Warner, of course, from he was on The Resident. He was on, of course, the Cosby Show. Growing up, he died on the 20th. Singer and actor. You have to edit this together. Singer and actor Connie Francis died on the 16th. Oh, and I can't forget Chuck Mangione also died on the 22nd with Ozzy. And yeah, I only bring this up because you've got 5 celebrities. Usually they say it happens in threes. There were 3 big ones that I knew of. I'd never really heard of Connie or Chuck, unfortunately, but they were celebrities in their own right. But they all passed away within a week of each other. So tragedy struck.
Is a Grammy winner.
What's that?
And Gioni is a Grammy winner.
Yeah, and gotta edit this shit too. Connie Francis was one of the sold over 100 million records, making her one of the top artists of all time at the time. In 60s and 50s and 60s, she was huge. So, but of course, before my time, despite what you say over there, Will, but I was not born in the 60s.
Well,
78, just so we're clear. But anyway,
act like it's.
But the main reason I bring all these up is because I don't want to mention 2 celebrities without mentioning the other 3 that passed. But since we are all things sport, I mentioned Ozzy mainly and Hulk Hogan because they were in the sports world. Ozzy was on all kinds of sportscasts. He's actually in the WWE Hall of Fame under the celebrity wing. He was at WrestleMania 2. He was at some other, he did some stuff with Shawn Michaels and WWE. So and everyone's posting about him because he's not just, again, Ozzy's one of those guys that was mainstream. He obviously did some little bit of, well, I wouldn't call it acting. I guess he did some reality TV, but which was very popular. The show The Osbournes.
Yeah, I never liked his wife. I couldn't get into that show. She annoys me.
Well, I know Sharon Osbourne because I really didn't watch The Osbournes. Your mom did, but I watched when she was on AGT, America's Got Talent, for so long, and I liked her on that.
She was decent on that.
What's that?
She was decent on that.
Yeah. But either way, the kids annoyed me on that show, but I probably shouldn't say that. But they were, seemed like spoiled brats at the time. But now I think his daughter had a singing career. I think they both did. But anyway, we bring him up because I don't want to mention one and pay honor to one without at least mentioning all the other celebrity deaths.
Yeah,
I think it's
lot.
just
Also, Ann Burrell from the Food Network, she died.
Yeah, Ann Burrell died in June, but still within the last, all these deaths just up out of nowhere, it seemed like. Ann's was surprising, but apparently it was reported as suicide. I believe that was confirmed, but Hogan's was cardiac arrest. He was 71, and I'm sure friends, family, and fans are going to remember him with great fondness. There's been so many tributes pouring out. And to me, that's I seen a post on Facebook multiple times. What celebrity death hit you the hardest? I gotta say, when I was growing up, Andre the Giant, because I was so into wrestling, And even though he was a bad guy, he was a villain, he was a heel at the time. He was a heel when I was growing up, so you had to hate the guy because he was Hulk Hogan's enemy. It still hurt when he died, and I was probably, I think, 14 at the time, maybe. But Andre, looking back, I didn't realize he was only in his 40s. He was very, very young. 71, they still young by today's standards, but a lot of these guys never make it out of their 30s even, or their 40s.
I think
for the
73
drugs.
is average for males.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, that sounds about
Women's
right.
is like 83.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Guys do a lot of stupid stuff.
That's true. That is very true.
I see the post that this is why women live longer than men, and that might have something to do with it.
That's a whole trend.
It is. All the stupid stuff we've done, but I don't know. I've seen. I grew up with 3 sisters. I've seen them do a lot of stupid stuff too, but not some of the crazier stuff that I've done. But anyway, it's really sad. But the legacy left behind of all these people actually is undeniable. Hey, sports fans, if you're in the great state of Michigan and you're in need of roofing, siding, gutters, or insulation, there's only one place to call. And that place is Excel Home Improvement out of Romulus. With over 60 years in business, they are third-generation, family-owned, and veteran-operated. They manufacture their own gutters and trim, so they're able to keep costs low while providing superior quality with unmatched service. They cover all of southeastern Michigan, including as far north as Bay City, all the way down to Monroe, and from Lansing to Port Huron. So give them a call today. That's Excel Home Improvement, 734-941-2800. Okay, let's move on to a much happier topic, and that is the 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame inductions.
Yeah, we had 2 first ballot Hall of Famers and Billy Wagner, who is on his 10th year of eligibility, and it is stupid that he is not in.
Yeah, 8th all-time in saves with 422.
I mean, yeah, he has a crazy career stat line: 853 games, a 2.31 ERA, 903 innings, and over 1,100 strikeouts. He has more strikeouts than he has innings pitched, and he has a 1 whip even, 1.00. The other 2 are CC Sabathia with 86.8% of the vote, and then Ichiro Suzuki with 99.7%, and only one person kept him off the ballot, which is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Oh, I agree. Well, even with CC, he's got a 251 251 and 161 win-loss record, 3.74 ERA, over 3,000 strikeouts.
Yep,
That's crazy.
I remember when he got it. It was 2019.
The
Yankees sucked then.
We talked in previous weeks, only 20 pitchers in all of baseball history after 150 years of baseball have done that. That should put him in the Hall of Fame automatically with those numbers. I don't get why.
6-time All-Star on top of that, Cy Young Award winner in 2007, World Series ring in 2009, ALCS MVP in 2009, 2-time win leader in 2009 and 2010. And he's also in the Guardians Hall of Fame because he started with the Guardians from 2001 to 2008, then went to the Brewers for the remainder of 2008, came to the Yankees in 2009, stayed with them until 2019 when he ultimately retired.
Yeah, I think it's long overdue for him. But Ichiro, I mean, you can get into his stats, but my God, there's nothing that pisses me off more, maybe other than you, than the Baseball Writers Association of America. It is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it again multiple times. Even off air, we were talking about Albert Bell, 381 home runs, isn't in the Hall of Fame, but he's got more home runs than Dick Allen that did get into the Hall, which whole other thing. Dick Allen should have been in years ago. And I get Albert Bell's off the field antics are kind of crazy, and he's not known as a great human being, but still. Let's talk what he did on the field. Dick Allen had some controversy surrounding his name, too, for a little while there, which is one of the reasons they cited him as not being eligible for the Hall of Fame, which to me is just ridiculous. He dominated pitching in his era, 60s and 70s, in an era that was overwhelmingly... Never mind.
You just giving up?
Yeah, I know. He dominated the pitchers in his era, and the pitchers were over some of the greatest era. And yeah, I'm giving up. Dick Allen, AL Rookie of the Year. He was an AL MVP, two-time home run leader, 351 home runs, and he had a decent batting average. He finished with 292 batting average and over 1,100 runs batted in. So solid career, but he played in the 60s and 70s when the pitching was just so dominant, and he still won 2 home run titles. Multiple players have said over the years what a great player he was. His teammates called him one of the greatest players of all time. In fact, it was Keith Hernandez, another one that should be in the Hall of Fame, that said he was one of the best players he had ever met. And he even coached, we were talking about 4 home runs in a single game. Mike Smith wrote in his book, 500 home run guy, that
GOAT for the Phillies.
That's right. That Dick Allen mentored him before a game and told him, hey, just have fun. Go out there, act like a kid. Ended up hitting 4 home runs in that game. Incredible.
Yeah.
So Dick Allen's legacy is much better than his statistics show. So it's a long time not being in the Hall of Fame, but the writers just didn't put him in because they said that the way he acted off the field hurt the clubhouse morale. Nothing that I could find on the internet anyway, which I didn't do a really super deep dive because some of this is new to me too, but all of his teammates said what a good guy he was in the clubhouse. So I don't buy it. I do not like. I think that the baseball writers
are kind of stupid,
or their vote shouldn't count as much as it does. I mean, I get it. We gotta, and I think the rules for the baseball writers
should be the players. I don't care about what some random people who've never played baseball think. I want to know what the
retired players. Yeah,
make a little baseball council. Have it be all the old guys deciding everything.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they should. That wouldn't be a bad idea because the baseball writers at least have to have 10 years, I believe, as a writer before they can vote in the Hall of Fame balloting. But still, I like old coaches even, or coaches, players, people that are more associated with the game. Hell, I don't know. I'd rather have an umpire even, but
I mean, like
the players should vote on it.
The writers, the people that are around the team, they know about the game, but they don't, unless they've played professionally, they don't know about the game. Like there's little things that you're just not going to ever know unless, you play.
Well, and then again, you got the human element of it too. If you got some player that got hit in the head by a, Nolan Ryan fastball, might not want to put him in if he was against him. So if he's a player, so you can get that on any side, but I don't like it should be professional and there should be held to such a high standard of professionalism. And I just really love to know the one guy that didn't vote for Ichiro Suzuki to be in the Hall of Fame. And we can run down his stats since we kind of went on a tyrant, but really pisses me off that same thing. We just talked about this with Nolan Ryan didn't get unanimous. Mo was the only one that ever got it. And which again,
he deserved it.
He deserved
Ichiro,
it. Greatest closer in history, but come on.
David Ortiz deserved it. Derek Jeter deserved it. Miguel Cabrera does deserve it.
Oh, Miguel, if Miguel doesn't get it, we're going to have another podcast on that.
MLB record. 262 hits, single season record.
Single season.
AL stolen base leader in 2001, 2-time batting champion, 3-time Silver Slugger, 10-time Gold Glove, AL Rookie of the Year, AL MVP.
Same year.
10-time All-Star, all 10 years consecutively. And before that, he was a 7-time All-Star in Japan. He was a Japan World Series champion. He was an MVP 3 times, Gold Glove Award winner 7 times. And yeah, I mean,
and after that, the 10 seasons where he was All-Star, he was a, perennial All-Star. I believe he was injured for some time on and off. So if he wasn't injured, my God, the stat line on him would be incredible. Plus, all the time he played in Japan isn't technically recognized.
Mm-hmm.
He would probably lead every category if you counted his Japanese play.
If he starts his career in America, he probably has more hits than Pete Rose.
Yeah,
because you're getting all of the best talent and all of the best trainers here to work on him. And, he just, he can do whatever he wants. And then he can just develop like crazy. And it would have been amazing to see what he could have done if he was here the whole time.
Yeah, I agree. And
3-time MVP in Japan.
yeah, he was incredible. He was fun to watch. God, just think of him and Ken Griffey Jr. on the same team.
Yeah.
And but anyway, we kind of mentioned Keith Hernandez a minute ago. But Keith Hernandez, still not in the Hall of Fame, 11-time Gold Glove first baseman, most Golden Gloves in history. He was a 79 MVP, 2-time World Series champ, 1,071 RBIs, only 162 home runs, but the guy had a 296 batting average with 2,182 hits. To me, that's a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, five-time, also with that 5-time All-Star and won the batting title won the batting title in 1979.
Yeah, and his batting numbers, other than his home runs, are higher than Dick Allen's, who just got in. Not that I'm saying Dick doesn't deserve it, because I think he did, or he does deserve it. Would have been nice if they put him in before his death in 2020, but I guess better late than never, at least for the fans. But at least he would have got a chance to enjoy it. Hopefully they put Keith Hernandez in so he can have a chance to enjoy it before we unfortunately lose him. And hopefully he's around for a very long time, but just ridiculous. And Lou Whitaker for the Detroit Tigers, one of the greatest second basemen of all time. Or in the 80s, he was the best. And still not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I mean, we can... we have
there's thousands of others. I'm sure we can go on.
Hold on. And I mean, sticking with the Hall of Fame, we can go to the classic baseball committee, leaving the baseball writers because they are very stupid. Dave Parker got in with 87.5% of the vote, and then, as you've mentioned, Dick Allen got in with 81.3. I mean, speaking of Dave Parker, we've gone over his stats before on the podcast, but we can go over them again.
Right
290 batting average.
I was just saying, right after he passed away earlier this year as well. So another star that we lost.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, or I did, but
he had a 290 batting average, 2,700 hits, 339 home runs, and almost 1,500 RBIs. Played for 6 teams, 7-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champ, NL MVP, 3-time Gold Glove, 3-time Silver Slug, 2-time batting champion, and he previously, before joining the MLB Hall of Fame, was a part of the Pittsburgh and Cincinnati team Hall of Fames.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing some of his highlights. I didn't get to see him play every day because he was different league, or he wasn't in the same division. So I didn't get to see him a lot, but I remember just all the highlight reels and everything from him on the news, and Parker was great.
Yeah, seeing footage of him from MLB, from the MLB seasons show that they have, he's awesome in it. Like, he is so funny and so, like, he's cocky, but he's cocky in such a way that it's like, it's so funny. Because then he goes out there and then he backs it up. And he was just such a good hitter during the year that he won the World Series in 79, and then the year before winning the MVP, and, all during that time also being a Gold Glove and winning the batting title, just being one of the best players in baseball during that stretch in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, and, I do think some of the prolonged delay in getting him in, when you play for a lot of teams like that, I think it could hurt him, even though it shouldn't.
It's dumb, yeah.
Because more people get to see him, but because nobody plays on the same team anymore.
I mean, Judge is. And Ohtani.
So far,
Ohtani's not.
But his career's not. And if the Yankees are smart, they're going to do everything in their power to keep him for years.
They should also keep Spencer Jones. Do not trade him. That is very dumb.
Well, yeah. And then... yeah, and just, we could talk all day long about people that were shunned from the Hall of Fame, the steroid guy. We beat it to death before. I get why the
I think certain
steroid.
steroid guys should get in. I don't think some should get in. And
I
it's
think
mostly just
Clemens
Barry
should be
Bonds
in. I
'cause he's a
think.
dick.
Well, and see, that's the thing. Like Kurt Schilling's not in the Hall of Fame with all that he did, and he was so clutch in the World Series, the bloody sock incident. But then again, if you're saying things on TV that isn't, that can be construed as offensive, and he's done it more than one occasion, I believe that's why he was fired from ESPN, suspended from ESPN, then fired. So I don't know what all was said. I just remember the controversy around it, and really didn't take the time to research it too much because at this point it is what it is. But you got Ty Cobb in the Hall of Fame, who was a renowned. I mean, he was known for hating playing with black players.
Yeah, he's a renowned racist.
And again, he went in 36, and that was it. Probably wasn't even considered
black
a bad
people were
thing
not
back
considered people then.
Yeah, and which obviously is a disgrace, but at the same time, we honored what he did for the game. And I think if you're gonna allow them, and why not let Bonds and Albert Bell in, because 381 home runs.
I mean, I get it, like the gatekeeping, like you have an actual like renowned racist.
We should have have standards, I guess. But I mean,
yeah, but when you have someone like that, and like I get it, I get why, but I just don't like
Barry
Barry
who?
Bonds.
Oh, Barry Bonds.
For Ty Cobb. I mean, I like you have a renowned racist in. If you're gonna let him in, let Barry Bonds in. But I just don't like Barry Bonds.
But I do get also, 100 years later, you can't kick the guy out for something that was acceptable back in the day. Not that it was okay at all by any standard.
Yeah, it was just a social norm at the time, and so.
But if you want to right the wrong, I mean, if you're going to do that, then you kick probably half of those guys out of the Hall of Fame that are in there. And the legacy of baseball is what they're trying to protect, not the racism, obviously.
Yeah, because I mean, the MLB seasons, they go out of the way to talk about like the Tigers in '68 when the riots were happening, when Willie Horton and all the other guys went out there and were with the rioters and were talking to them, and like just going through the story in a way that's respectful to everyone involved, and that doesn't like glorify the bad shit that happened.
Yeah, and I think you can pay tribute to the game and what they accomplished without, highlighting all the bigotry and everything.
I mean,
like
OJ killed his wife. He's still one of the greatest running backs. He still produced one of the greatest running back seasons in NFL history.
Yeah.
Like it's just a fact of what happened. Like
it is, and it obviously tarnishes their image, and it should. And Ty Cobb
didn't even talk about it. They didn't even put it on the screen when they put up the list of people with 2,000 rushing yards last year. When Saquon broke it, they didn't. They left a spot for it, like someone put it on there, like an intern put it on there, and they had to take it out. It was just so funny.
Yeah, but I get you also can't erase history either. What's done is done.
Yeah.
If you stop talking about it, they say history repeats itself, right? If you don't learn from our past mistakes, it's going to repeat itself. Now, I don't see us going back into slavery, obviously, but you can't erase the past. You don't have to glorify it, but you still, I mean, what he did, he's in the record books. So that's why I think if you're going to let him in, I don't know. I think we should also have higher standards nowadays, and maybe something to be said. If you're going to say something stupid on the air, you should be held accountable. Maybe give him a chance to apologize and see, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that comes with like.
But Kurt Schilling was a great pitcher.
I mean, yeah, like no one's perfect. Like you can always.
That's true.
People always have. I mean, I'm not excusing like being a bigot for like being like, oh, you have bad times. But, like people have moments where they say things that they don't mean, and that's not who they are.
That's true.
And especially like old tweets, that's something so stupid. Like going after someone for something they said when they were a teenager is the stupidest thing ever. That is stupid.
Well, plus if you're
not that same your brain is not developed at that age. You're stupid. You are literally not as smart as you will be. It's just a fact.
Well, not only that, I grew up listening to Tupac and Biggie Smalls as a kid, and every other word they're dropping the M-bomb. If you take
or any other slur in
if you take all the swearing out of a Tupac song, you've got maybe 10 words in the whole song.
You got an instrumental. That's
and if you drop all of it, just if you take the N-bombs out, then the song doesn't make any sense. But that's he was trying to portray an image of a gangster rapper, and that's what they did. He's one of the most popular of all time, even in death.
One of the best storytelling rappers in history.
I'm a writer by trade, kind of, so I really respect good writing, and I do think his songs do tell a story, whether you like him or
Jordan's
not.
Got a Baby, one of the best stories in rap history.
He's got every single. I mean, all of them are very catchy, and some of them I like more than others. And some, if I hear a Tupac song now, even today, I'll stop and listen to it. I have some on a workout playlist just because it's got a really good beat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but. And if you're a kid singing that, you're not a racist, for crying out loud. You're singing the song. The song was written by the artist
no
to have
kid
that in
understands what they're saying. They're just they're being a child. A child repeats things. That's like one of the things that they do the most. Like it's always said, don't swear around a child because they'll repeat you. I've heard that my entire life. Like it's just a thing that children do. If you've been around a child, you know this.
You do swear more than me now, I believe.
It's your fault. You taught me.
If I swore around you, it was because of something stupid that you did. Probably stepped on a toy or something.
Yeah, exactly. You stepped on a toy because you weren't paying
because you left
attention.
it out after I told you to pick it up 30 times.
I was a child.
Wish I could ground you right now.
No.
Yeah, you had a great childhood. You had great parents. You have great parents.
Don't make me hurt you.
It's a threat. But anyway, yeah.
Minecraft,
and we're going back. Obviously, we're talking about rapping versus. I'm sure Kurt
rapping
Schilling
is a sport.
Okay,
I'll die on that hill.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, Albert Bell, 380 home runs. I mean, for crying out loud, the guy was only 34 when he retired due to a degenerative hip condition. But God, just think of the numbers he would have had. Yeah. I'm thinking easily over 500 the way he was going.
Most definitely.
And we talked before, Mo Vaughn that year, he hit 50 home runs and 50 doubles in the same season, ended up winning the MVP that year, which arguably, well, actually, I don't think there's any argument, Albert Bell should have won it. Not that Vaughn didn't have an awesome season himself, but
he should have won it.
Yeah, he set. I mean, that was an impressive offensive season.
I mean, he led the league in runs, home runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage. I mean, just
he didn't lead in doubles though. He had to be. He had 52 doubles, I believe.
He had. It doesn't show up on this list.
Oh, okay. Well, he had 52 doubles. Pretty. If he didn't lead, he had to be pretty damn close in that, and he was in every major category. I believe Mo Vaughn had a better batting average, which had a lot of home runs, a lot of RBIs in his own right, which Mo was deserving of a nod, but he got slighted mainly based on his attitude for that season. I still can't believe he didn't win.
He had 11 more home runs. They had the same amount of RBIs, but he had a 317 batting average compared to a 300. And Edgar Martinez had a 356 batting average, a 479 OBP, a 628 slugging, and a 1.107 OPS. All of those led the majors except for slugging percentage, which Albert Bell led in slugging percentage, as I just said. Edgar Martinez also led in games played and in runs, tied with Albert Bell for 121.
Then again, Albert Bell did admit to chasing teenagers down that egged his truck on Halloween and knocked one of them down with his vehicle. So
yeah, I mean, maybe he doesn't deserve to be in after all.
And that was in 95 at the end of this. That was, October 31st.
Yeah, so, I mean, I get it now. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but still the numbers were superior. I get because the MVP should carry himself as a major leaguer in a certain way. And I guess if you think about it, hell, when I worked for a department store out of high school, they said even when you're not at work, you're representing the company. You have to carry yourself like that. So most MLB teams, I mean, if you do something, you spit out a fan or something
like, if you
outside,
do anything bad like that, they're gonna can you. Most
likely. So and things people say in the media get them fired all the time in their actual job. The fan that I think it was Philadelphia fan, Eagle fans.
Yeah, the one Eagle fan who I actually have it right here.
He belittled
one Eagle fan. He was just harassing some random woman.
Yeah, they fired him. He was in hospitality at a restaurant. Now, I don't know if social media getting involved like that, but
I mean, yeah, if you see someone that you know and they're a completely different person acting like that, I wouldn't want to be like employees. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't want you to be my employee. You're a
it does show
completely
a
different
deeper
person.
character. Yeah, because
So I mean, I get that.
if your character is that different off away from your job, it's just like people go to church and then or leave church and then they cuss somebody out, which I don't know if I've done that or not. I might have. I'm sure I swore after church before. So it doesn't make it right. So it just nobody's perfect. He could have had a bad day. I don't know that someone should lose their job and potentially their, their way of life, with mortgages and everything on the line just because the way they acted at one game. But if I get it too, you have to. I mean, you're still a human being outside of work. Albert Bell was still a baseball player, whether he was playing or not. So that's the reason he didn't win the MVP, or at least that's what's cited, the main reasons. And that's what I've heard the last 20 years. Well, almost 20 years ago.
Everyone who talks about it talks about.
But still, to slide him for the Hall of Fame, I mean, that's a legacy. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but at the same time,
I think now he'd have to go in on the one ballot.
Yeah, it wouldn't
the
be
classic baseball committee ballot.
Yeah, but either way, I think that's.
Shohei had a leadoff home run today. I did not know that.
We could do an entire podcast for weeks on people that were slighted from the Hall of Fame, people that should be in there. It is. And I think alone, we talked about Pete Rose in the past. I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
I do too. I think also Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe, should be in the Hall of Fame.
And we mentioned that a couple of weeks ago.
And also, more on that, there is a video I watched. I can't remember who it was by. I'll link it in the description. But of someone making the case for that Joe didn't know anything about the Black Sox scandal and that he wasn't involved, even though that he got picked up with it. And that one other player on there as well didn't know about it. And, I mean, if there's enough evidence, I mean, I'd say, yeah. I mean, they already unbanned him from the they already lifted the lifetime ban, rather.
Or after 100 years, you would think evidence would have came out.
Yeah, and I mean, after Pete passing, them wanting to unban him and everything, and I think it's the right move. I think that they should both go in immediately this next coming up Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with either one of them. I think Pete Rose should be in there because he's the all-time hits leader no matter what he did. And, yeah, people are still ticked at him for not admitting it, but,
But, I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
He is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
In the celebrity wing. And Bobby the Brain Heenan was hilarious during his speech. Whether you're a baseball or wrestling fan or not, if you check that out, one of the best Hall of Fame speeches I've ever seen were Bobby the Brain Heenan. Guy, unfortunately, another one we lost, I think, too soon, but he had a hell of a career. He was such a great talker on the microphone. He was such a great manager and just someone you love to hate in the 80s. Andre the Giant was managed by Bobby Heenan, including so many others. Had so many iconic moments, including a bunch with Hulk Hogan, who just passed away. And we had, but his speech, he mentions, Pete Rose was at that Hall of Fame speech. He even makes a joke and just says, well, I bet on wrestling. So,
yeah, that's funny.
And Pete thought it was funny. It was just a good moment between them. I just thought that was hilarious now that we're talking Hall of Fame and wrestling, mixing everything at once. But yeah, so I think we kind of beat the Hall of Fame stuff to death today. I'm still pissed at the writers, but it is what it is. At least the guys that got in, I really do think deserve it.
If Miggy's not 100%, we will riot.
Detroit might for sure, I think.
Yeah.
Or even Miami, maybe.
Yeah, that too. I mean, got him a ring. I think it's our only ring, right?
We'll go with that, yeah.
I don't think Miami's that good for any teams. I mean,
yeah,
they're winning right now. Hey, go Miami. They're winning right now against the Brewers, the number one team in baseball.
Yeah, for now.
That's actually, I was wrong. It's 2 World Series. They won in 97.
Won't be the first time. You're right.
Shut up. Oh, they beat the Indians in 97. Jim Leland was the manager for the Marlins in '97. He won them their series.
Yeah, and not Leland, Miggy hit a home run in that, I believe, didn't he? His first?
Off of Roger Clemens.
Yeah, God. Clemens, I think, should be in the Hall of Fame since we keep circling back to that.
I got beef with Clemens.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess that about wraps it up for us. Click, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let us know how you feel. Thanks for listening.
And here is the random clip of the week.
Fuck yeah!